Blessed love to each and every one. Oh, yes, we do give thanks for your presence with us. Of course, you're definitely here in the Tiger's Nest. And this is another special edition of the Shock of the Hour radio program, touching it on a video level as well this evening. And, you know, we are going to be touching a very important subject area, something that we went into about 2, 3 years ago, but somehow I don't think everyone got the gist of it. So we said that we would have to touch it again this evening. In fact, we will be utilizing a previous program to highlight the point tonight, and we will be talking about the oldest character in the Bible. Now, of course, according to tradition, the oldest character in the Bible will be Methuselah, which of course I think most people will agree, according to when you read the book, that is what you get. And just like previous time, I'm not saying the individual I'm going to highlight tonight, because we're going to highlight Phinas, Phinas, the grandson of Aaron. I'm not saying, I never said he was the oldest person in the Bible, but if you wanted to put it on the table, it would be debatable, and we're going to prove all of that tonight. This is something, especially if you're a Bible believer and you really trust the words within the living book, you would want to hear this discussion thoroughly. So yeah, we're going to be getting into that in a few moments. Of course, you know, we got to highlight the upcoming online lecture for the 22nd day of November 2020, November 22nd, 2020, 2 and 2 again. Yeah, we're balancing it now. Bible decoded. And I mean, exactly what we're doing this evening is just somewhat preparing you for the realms that we will be going into on that wonderful Sunday evening. This is the 22nd day of November. Of course, you know, this is an online lecture presentation. It's not a live YouTube presentation. It's not a live Facebook presentation. It's basically a webinar. You know, we will be utilizing a specific webinar platform to present this wonderful lecture to you. 2 hours worth of not just, you know, lecturing it, but we're talking about scholarly information that we encourage people to bring their pen and bring their pad when they come into the Tiger's Nest, when they come into the zone, when they come into the lecture hall, for sure. So of course, you know, the admission will be only $20 United States currency. You can utilize the Cash App to make your payments. The Cash App, of course, is Aton Ra 2723. That's Aton Ra 2723. And remember, when you make that payment via the Cash App, we ask you to email us precisisac27@gmail.com, at least so we know directly from you that that payment has been made. Of course, yes, when you make the payment, we will be notified, but we just want to make sure, double check. Sometimes the name on the Cash App is not exactly the email that you're sending the key for your entrance key for the evening on the 22nd. So we just want to double check. So when you send that via the Cash App, please email us as well. And of course, you know, the email is there available for you in case you do not have access to Cash App. There are many other ways. I mean, there are many other ways of making financial transaction in this day and this time. So just contact us and we'll definitely work it out. But the Cash App is the best for the moment. Remember, no PayPal at the moment, no PayPal whatsoever. This is how it's done. And let me just repeat to you, of course, you know, once you are a subscriber to this program here, not a subscriber to the YouTube channel, once you are a subscriber to the Shock of the Hour radio program, what is that? You serious? You don't know what the Shock of the Hour radio program is? Well, the Shock of the Hour radio program is a radio program specifically that it is aired internationally every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, also recorded and rebroadcasted as well in different places. And there are subscribers who literally subscribe to the program. You have the monthly subscription, you have the 6-month subscription, and you have the yearly subscription. And what happens when you subscribe? You just basically get the program every night. So when the program is done, You get the program in your email. We send it right to your inbox. You get it there. You wake up in the morning, whatever the case is, the program is right there. You listen to the program. Next day, you get another program. Next day, you get another program. Next day, you get another program. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is definitely the shock of the hour. But once you are a subscriber for the shock of the hour, you do not have to pay to enter into the lecture on the 22nd of November. In fact, you do not pay to enter any of the lectures, anything that we do, any of our products that we produce, our books, our videos. All subscribers definitely are entitled to such. So again, what I want to do this evening now is to highlight Phinas in the Bible. And Phinas, quickly for those who may not know, again, he is the son of Aaron. Now, I will be utilizing a previous program. Well done, well put together. The individual, the host of the program, which is myself, I think he did a good job in highlighting the argument that we will be speaking of today. So, you know, I'm not even going to waste any more time. I'm just going to let him, that's me, go into the reasoning with you and carry it straight to exactly who we are dealing with. This was a program done on Radio Anu, the international flavor, the universal spice, several years ago. Let's just listen to this information.
And when Phinas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw it, saw what? He rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand. And he went after the man of Israel into the tent and pierced both of them through. Now, maybe we, a bit premature there. Let us begin from the 6th verse. And then behold, one of the sons of Israel came and brought to his relatives a Midianite woman in the sight of Moses and in the sight of all the congregation of the sons of Israel. And while they were weeping in the doorway of the tent of the meeting, when Phineas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, saw it, he arose from the midst of the congregation and took a spear in his hand. And he went after the man of Israel into the tent and pierced both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through the body. So the plague on the sons of Israel was checked, according to the New American so-called Standard Bible. So if you're not acquainted with this brother here, that's an introduction there to him for you. So what was happening here? The children of Israel, as it says, the congregation of the sons of Israel, while they were weeping at the doorway of the tent of meeting, meaning they were weeping over basically the same thing. The children of Israel, they displeased the Almighty, the Lord, because they were taking other wives and mingling with other nations and dealing with their gods and all of these different things. And this wasn't something that was pleasing with the Lord at all. So the Lord stepped in and said, listen, Moses, this ain't going to work. And the children was fasting and mourning before the tent of the tabernacle, saying, oh, forgive us for what we have done wrong. And while they prayed and getting on and asking for the cleansing power, here comes this brother now. Zimri, his name is, if I'm not mistaken. Zimri and Cosby should be the woman. So in comes Zimri now. And he comes in with a Midianite woman, or a Midianitish woman. And this is something that was totally against You know, this is why they were weeping and mourning. Although I may add that Moses also himself came across the high priest of Midian, and he took one of her daughters. Nobody was slain for that, but I'm just showing you that's right in the scripture, straight up. Straight up. You know that, don't you? You know that. But anyway, let's deal with this. So here we have Phinas now observing all of this. And he's saying to himself, but wait, they see us here, going through a ritual, trying to cleanse ourselves from the wickedness that was done unto us. And here he come in with a woman, not from amongst us. And this brother here took up a javelin in his hands, according to the scripture, and went into the tent after them and pierced both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman, through the body. And because of that, what the people was crying and bawling for, all the fasting and begging the Almighty to stop the sickness and the diseases and the plague that was amongst them, it was the murder, the killing of Zimri and Cosby that stopped the plague. And because of that, Phinas was granted this ever-living priesthood throughout all generations. This ever-living priesthood throughout all generations. This is mystic. So when you consider now, we want to home in on this understanding here of this brother, this individual. And because of this, you comprehend that he was given an ever-living priesthood, a priesthood that will live on throughout all generations. Now this is what it says here, you know. Listen to it good. And he went in after the man, and after that, so the plague was stayed from the children of Israel, and that those that died in the plague were 24,000. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Phinas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, hath turned my wrath away from the children of Israel, while he was zealous for my sake among them, that I consume not the children of Israel in my jealousy. Wherefore say, behold, I give unto him my covenant of peace, and he shall have it, and his seed after him, even the covenant of an ever-living priesthood. Yeah. Because he was zealous for his God, and made an atonement for the children of Israel. Now the name of the Israelite that was slain, well, we tell you that already, Zimri and Cosby. So yeah, there it is. Words of the Almighty, Phinas. So he's not mentioned too much in the Bible. You could see him in Exodus chapter 6, when it shows you that and Aaron's son Eleazar married one of the daughters of Putiel, and she bore him Phinas. These are the heads of the fathers of the household of Israel, you know. So you don't see Phinas mentioned that much, really, you know, in outside of this. All right, so that's a good way for us to start. And what I want to do now, I'm looking at a list here entitled Biblical Longevity. And what this is giving you, this is basically telling you, you know, the oldest person in the Bible coming down. And it starts here with, you know who is the oldest person. It says Methuselah. Now, what I'm trying to say here, Methuselah's father is Enoch. Isn't Enoch older than Methuselah? You see, there's a lady in Dominica by the name of Ma Pompey, and she passed on when she was 127 years old. And when you look in the list of the oldest people, the oldest people that lived, although she's older than them, they don't have her name in the list. And this is something we in the Caribbean know. She lived to be 127. Abraham's wife, Sarah, lived to be 127 as well. And Ma Israel from Dominica lived to be 127. Check the mystic. But as far as the oldest coming down the line as those who lived, as far as the Bible has it, Methuselah is the oldest. But what about his father Enoch? Well, Enoch never died. So you have to die to be the oldest. Enoch is older than him if he never died. Enoch is the oldest. But anyway, Methuselah. All right, how long did he live? 969 years. Wow, that's a long time, man. Jared, how long did he live? 962 years. Okay. Noah, how long did he live? 950 years. Okay. Adam, 930 years. Seth, 912 years. Kenan, 910 years. These brothers live in some serious age, man. Enos, 905 years. Wow. Mahalalel, 895. We're going down now. Lamech, 777. We're going down now. Shem, 600 years. Eber, 464. May I tell you. Canaan, they have 460. Arpachshad, 438. Salah, 433. Enoch, 365. But Enoch never died. How we give Enoch 365? All right. He never died. You should be ashamed to put that there. Peg leg, 239. Real, 239. Serag, 230. Job, 210, question mark. Terah, 205. Isaac, 180. Abraham, 175. Nahor, 148. Coming down the line, boy. Jacob, 147. Esau, 147. Ishmael, 137. Levi, 137. Aram, 137. Kohath, 133. Laban, 130. Deborah, 130. And we go down and we go down and we go down and we keep Joshua, 110. Ain't gonna keep. Let me just give you Moses, 120. Joseph, 110. Aaron, 123. All right, you get the idea. All right. Did you see Phinas' name in that lineup there? Who? Phinas. Did you see his name in the lineup? No? Okay. Phinas. Why you think he should be in there? I just wanted to know if you saw his name. No, you didn't see his name. All right. How long did he live? I'm not too sure. Okay. Now remember, we just went through an official biblical longevity list. And Phinas is not there. Why you keep saying that? Phinas, that the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, he's not in the longevity list. Will you quit saying that? You keep saying that. It sounds dumb. Why do you want him to be in the list? He's not amongst, those that lived, Methuselah and even Enoch and what's wrong with you? But the Bible said he was given an everlasting priesthood. Doesn't mean he's going to live forever. You sure? Of course I'm sure. Okay. If you say so. In the book of Judges. The book of Judges is an interesting book, eh? And since we were doing some level of mathematics there, I said I found it interesting when you go through the whole aspect of the book of Judges, before Israel received King Saul, you go through the lineage here of the rulers. You have Othniel. Othniel was, I think, the first judge of Israel. The time of Judges is seen in the book of Judges. And Othniel was an individual that ruled for 40 years. Ehud ruled for 80 years. These are different judges. Then after him came Shamgar, and his time frame of ruling is not necessarily known. And then Deborah and Barak, they ruled for 40 years, and Gideon ruled for 40 years. And you see the whole aspect of the 40 years, we've gone into a level of science with this 40 years. That's why Othniel is 40 years, and Deborah and Barak is 40 years, and Gideon is 40 years, and we will reach down to Eli, and he's 40 years and 40 years in the wilderness, and 40 days and 40 nights, and I think David as well, Solomon and several people, 40 and 44 years they rule on the throne, even down to His Majesty. See this, the numbers of the 40 and these different things. There's a science within it, but let's continue. Abimelech, he judged Israel for 3 years. Tola, 23 years. Jair, 22 years. Jephthah, 6 years. Ibzan, 7 years. Elon, 10 years. Abdon, 8 years. Samson, 20 years. Eli, 40 years. Samuel, 12 years, until Saul was made king. And
I wonder if you're following. I hope you're following the mathematics. He's giving you all the kings and the queens that lived and ruled during the time of the judges. And he's going to give you the full comprehension. But basically, we're talking over 400 years. That's really the point he was making. We're talking of over 400 years. And what's the point of that? Well, you will see.
If you go through this period, you get approximately, because some is unknown as well, and you get approximately 450 years.
450 years.
Give and take.
Very important.
And when you consider that, 450 years or so. Okay. All right. So, this is a time of judges. And when we understand the time of judges, let's just do this quickly. So 40 and 40, that's 80. Plus 80, you have 160 plus 40. You already have 200 there. And plus 50, 250, plus 10,
he's adding,
60.
He's adding.
Plus 10.
The rulers during the time
20 and
40, of judges.
Yes, there you go, 400. Let us say 400 years. So we have approximately 400 years.
Approximately.
For the judges.
And it's more.
All right.
Judges.
Yes, good.
Can't deny this.
Right.
Listen.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Now, in the book of Judges, you see Israel, before the actual coming in of King Saul, when you read the book of Judges, it speaks about in the last 2 chapters, there was war taking place as usually there is war in the Bible. And listen to this. Chapter 20, verse 27. Listen to this good. This is very key. And the children of Israel inquired of the Lord, for the ark of the covenant of God was there in those days. Wow. Ark still around in those days. And the children of Israel inquired of the Lord, for the ark of the covenant of God was there in those days. And Phinas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, stood before it in those days. And I find it interesting. You see, the Bible have a way of putting things as if they're stressing in those days. Like, don't lose this point. What point? In those days. What do you mean? Phinas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, yeah, he stood before the ark. So what? In those days. All right. Saying, shall I yet again go out to battle against the children of Benjamin, my brother, or shall I see it? Question. And the Lord said, go up, for tomorrow I will deliver them into thine hand. So what's all the reading about? No, we're just reading our Bible. What's wrong? A chapter a day. Chase the devil away. You have something better to do? Let's read our Bibles. So Phinas now, not any old Phinas, the son of Eleazar, this Phinas, the grandson of Aaron. At the end of the book of Judges, so the book of Judges is coming to an end now. So this 400 to 450 year period, approximately, is coming to an end. And close to the end of this period here, we have Phinas standing before the ark of the covenant, because according to this, he still was standing before the ark of the covenant in those days, in brackets in a man, in those days, as if to dig the reader, in those days. So you have to understand, as when we did that episode on the 7 women taking hold of 1 man, according to the book of Isaiah, they were stressing, and in that day. So when you hear and in that day, you want to know which day. And in those days, which days? These are the days with the war Israel-Benjamin. These are the days coming to the end of the era of the judges. So from the beginning, from Othniel to coming down to close to Samuel, in the coming in of Eli, Samuel, Samson, Abdon, we're dealing with a period of at least 4 centuries that have passed. 400 years at least that have passed. And at the end of this time frame, Phinas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, is still standing before the ark. You don't get my point yet? Okay, hold on. So the 400 period to 450 year period of the judges. What was happening prior to that? What are the books in the Bible before the judges? You got the book of Joshua. You got the whole book of Joshua. So what's the time span between Joshua chapter 1 and Joshua chapter finish? What's the time span when Joshua was given the mandate from Moses to when he moved on? From my understanding of theological study, you have about the next 40 years there as a kind of next 40-year period you played with. And then you still have a period where you have 40 years in the wilderness. So that will give you about 80 years. And I'm adding that 80 years onto the 400 to 450 years we have of the judges. In fact, I'm going to shave it down. Let's just call it 500 years altogether. 500 years altogether. Because when Joshua was given the mandate to take over Israel and Moses came off of the sea, this was after, listen to me, this was after Numbers chapter 25 verse 7 when Phinas, the son of Eleazar.
Now, don't fall asleep on me here. Check what the brother is saying. Don't fall asleep. He's giving you chronology. You cannot run from it. The book of Judges alone is 450 years. No Bible believer going to deny it. Nobody. Deborah, Samson, these are the people that ruled during the time of Judges. When you add it up together, we're almost at 500 years. What he's doing now, he's adding the time before the Judges, from the time of Joshua, the time of Moses. Basically, what he's doing, he's looking from the time when Phinas killed the two people in the tabernacle to the time when Phinas was standing before the Ark of the Covenant in the book of Judges. And we done gone over 500 years. That is his point. Go ahead, brother.
The son of Aaron took the javelin and murdered, killed Zimri and Cosby. Killed.
And just in case you're not sure which Phinas it is, it clearly says the Phinas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron. That's only one person.
Destroy them for committing such in the sight of the Lord. This is how the story goes. So after dealing with them, he was given an ever-living priesthood. Wow. Now Israel was 40 years roaming through the wilderness. And this is what I'm saying. That obviously all of this took place somewhere within the 40-year span of them rolling through the wilderness. When he killed the Israelite and the Midianite woman for wrapping up together, when he went into the tent and he dealt with their cases, this is Phinas I'm speaking of. Which one? The son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron. When he did that to them, this was maybe during the time of the 40 years in the wilderness, that the children of Israel were in the wilderness for 40 years. Then you have Moses moving on and Joshua becoming the general and ruling Israel and really doing the work for about what? 40 years. And then you have all these judges of Israel from Abimelech and Tola and Jair and Samson and Othniel and Ehud and Shamgar and Deborah and Barak and Gideon and Samuel and Eli and more and more. And, that whole time span brings you to about 4 centuries or 4.5 centuries. And we say, listen, for good leverage, and I know we can't be wrong, from the time Phinas stabbed them people in the tent to the time that he appeared. Listen, to the time that he appeared again in Judges chapter 20. Phinas in Judges chapter 20, standing before the Ark of the Covenant. That is at least a period of 500 years. That is at least a period of 500 years. Now, when Phinas killed these people, I'm sure he was not a toddler. I'm sure he was not a little boy.
Listen.
I'm sure he had age on him.
Listen. Hold on. Since you take a
Are
pause,
you
brother, let me jump in there.
there?
Hold on. You understand what the brother is saying, eh? He's showing you that at the time when Phinas did what he did, he wasn't a little baby. He wasn't in the pram. He was a big man at the time, you know. So basically, you know, that 500-year period that we spoke about is just we are giving it, we're minimizing it. We are almost gone 700 years here. So if Phinas was already 40 years old, man, we gone into 600 plus years. But we just to make it seem um, uh, reasonable. The point is, without a shadow of a doubt, when Phinas killed the two people in the tabernacle where God blessed him forever, to the point in Judges when he was standing before the ark, we have at least 500 years there. And as he said at the time, Enoch obviously was not a little baby. So it's 500 years plus however old Enoch, Phinas, who was in Numbers 25.
I'm sure he was not a little boy. I'm sure he had age on him.
Yeah, that's not me. That's him speaking there. Go
Are you
ahead, brother.
there?
Go ahead. You can go.
How old is Phinas? Can somebody tell me?
We waiting on
Can
you.
some Bible scholar tell me? That's why we deal with subjects we don't even hear people speak about. I never heard no one discuss the age of Phinas. You don't even hear them speak about Phinas. Who is this Phinas? How come he lived so long? I never hear nobody talk about him. I just read a list. Of the oldest set of people in the Bible, and Phinas is not amongst them. Somebody overlooked this man. He's seen standing before the Ark of the Covenant in the last days of the era of the judges. In the last days of the era of the judges.
Okay, let me come in here. Sorry, brother. I really don't want to disturb you, but you know, you just made such a valid point. You hear what the brother is saying here now. You know, if you look at the list, all right, we're not sure if Phinas, according to the Bible, lived as long as Methuselah, 969, or Jared, 962, or Noah, 950, or even Lamech, all the way down here to 753. You understand? But we are sure that Phinas lived for more than 400 years, at least 500. We don't see nobody here in the 500 gap. Nobody lived 500 years. Maybe this is Phinas gap here. Phinas lived for more than 400 years, so Phinas was older than Eber. Phinas was older than Canaan. Phinas was older than who this man here? Ashad. Yeah, that's how he looked. I don't believe it. Phinas was older than Salah. Phinas was older than this Enoch here. Phinas was older than Rui, Serug. This job here that was 210. Isaac, Tira, Abraham, Noah. Yeah, but Phinas is not in the list of names, and he is a character mentioned more than some of these individuals here in the Bible, but yet still somehow he's not in this list. I'm telling you, you cannot read the Bible, and if you read the Bible with a clear conscience, you do not get what Sunday school gives you. That's a reality. A lot of us, when we talk of Bible, we are leaning on Sunday school. So somebody will pull this list and show you, oh, look it here, I have the proof from Wikipedia. These are the oldest set of people in the Bible. But if you didn't see that list and you were to read the Bible with a conscious mind, you would believe that Phinas is one of the oldest persons in the book. But Sunday school. Yeah, go ahead, brother. You're saying.
Phinas.
Yeah, go ahead. Same thing I was saying.
In front of the ark.
Tell them.
The tribe of Levi.
Tell them.
Better Levi.
Better Levi.
The son of Aaron, grandson, still son. Keeping on the tradition. Up to now, 500 years ago, he killed the man and the woman in the tent. Up to now, how come he's still around? What he eating so? We don't live to 500 years anymore. That was in the days of Methuselah. Joshua lived to be 110. Yeah, we don't live to be that long anymore. Joshua lived to be 110. So how come he come to be 500 and he's not 500? It was 500 years or more. And more than likely it's not less. It's not less than 500 years. So more than likely it's more than 500 years, according to the chronology of this book, that we're supposed to accept, that when Phinas destroyed the mixed multitude couple there.
And you want to know, sorry, brother, and in fact, thank you very much. We appreciate it. And you want to know now why we are doing a lecture, Bible Decoded. I am sure, if I was to ask by show of hands, whoever sat and thought about what we just discussed, you wouldn't see no hands go up, only if they heard the previous thing that we were just running a couple of years ago. You know, and that's not no disrespect to no one. Eh? It's just reality. You don't hear people talk about this. I've never in my life heard anybody discuss the age of Phinas in comparison to Methuselah and all these other giants. Never. It's me reading the Bible, me personally on my own. It wasn't no Bible group. Nobody was with me. I was just reading and say, but wait, how Phinas is all the way back here? And he's not ranked as one of the oldest person in the Bible. And I'm telling you, because we have a specific code. We have an understanding. It's like a key you have when you open the book. But a lot of us, we don't have the key. You know, and to be honest, this is almost kindergarten for what we are going to go into on Sunday the 22nd. This is kindergarten stuff, eh? When we go in Sunday the 22nd, we're going beyond this level here. It is going to be really Bible decoded. And we will be really showing you the science of reading that text. Trust me, this is something you definitely will want to be a part of. And as I said, that is just a few Sundays from now. Don't get left out of this one. I mean, if you were always considering, you know, subscribing to the Shock of the Hour, well, this would be the best time to subscribe to the Shock of the Hour. Just contact us precise at 27 at gmail.com. And of course, once you are a member of the Shock of the Hour team, you know for sure you will be getting your free pass to come into that webinar lecture that we'll be doing on the 22nd. If you're not interested in that, well, it's up to you. I'm sorry you're not interested in that, but I'm glad you're interested in the lecture. Of course, all you have to do is just send the finance via the Cash App at Ra 2723 ATON 2723. No, hold on, ATONRA 2723. And as I said, if that is somewhat of a problem to you, just email us and we will figure out exactly what mode and what, you know, other ways are available for you to make that financial transaction. Okay, good. So we are looking forward to you. And remember, still so many people have been, at least those who joined us for the homeschool presentation. How many of you here were there with us for the homeschool presentation? A few people have linked us since, and they have, you know, got a chance to watch the homeschool presentation. Because remember, the homeschool presentation is still available. You could watch it, the live presentation we did. You could still observe the lecture we did previous Sunday, which was Rastafari and the Woman. It is still there. You can see it. You haven't missed it. You can still go and watch it. And you can still observe Rastafari and the Cosmos. Those lectures are still up on the webinar site. All you have to do is contact us and you could get your key and you will enter and you could still watch it. So they are still available. You don't have to worry at all. Those who are still interested in the total homeschool program now, not the presentation we did a few Sundays ago, but our homeschool programming. Remember, and I know a lot of people may be wondering, now, what's that all about? Well, if you do not know, just email me and I'll give you more information. We have a homeschool program that goes out every single day, at least within the same time frame, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, astronomy and African history and heritage. It is a year's program, you know, so some people, it's really a program that you pay for yearly. But of course, with our understanding, we give you a chance to pay for it month by month, although we do not like that to the best of our ability. Why? Because sometimes people stop the program because of financial problems, and that is not something that we like at all. So we always try our best to make sure we can assist because it's all about the children. We don't want to keep the education from them at all. And whatever we can do, we will do, you know, to make sure that the youths get the information, and it's something that will definitely edify them. So this is why we still have the special. This is a $500 program, a $500 annual program, our homeschool program, and I'm not afraid or ashamed to say that it is worth it. And we are, for a limited time, we're giving that whole year's program for only $300, and that will come to an end at, well, we can't say exactly when, but it will come to an end. But for the whole, you get the whole year's program. This is the homeschool program, the whole year. I don't know if you understand. That's 80 something programs you're getting on a daily level. Astronomy and African history and heritage, and it is designed for the young minds, for your little babies from 3 years old upwards to 103. Is designed for the mind, and believe me, you will see the difference in them once they partake of our homeschool program. And I mean, if you cannot do the 300 a year program, or for the year, I should say, you still have the $50 a month, but after the 10-month period, it will still bring you to 500. So once you pay the 300 and you get the whole year's program, you would obviously save almost half of the value of it, but it's all up to you. But I'm just letting you know that that is still available, and you can email me and I give you more information. We could even reason about the program one-on-one. And as I said, if you want to have an idea of what the homeschool program is about, if you email me and ask me for the link, listen to me good. If you email me and ask me for the link to the homeschool free presentation that we gave, I will give you that link. There's no price, no cost whatsoever for you to get the link. You press the link, it carries to the webinar, and you watch the hour presentation that we did, the homeschool presentation. It was very wonderful, and then you will have a better idea of what we do in our international homeschool program that we send out daily, every single day, within the week structure we're speaking of, as it relates to African history and of course astronomy. So I would advise you take advantage of that. This is not something that your child would not appreciate at all. In fact, all of our scholars, all of our students, they keep contact with us, you know what I mean? They continually send us their love. You know what I mean? Because our programs, to be honest, they're just like about 20 minutes long. So it's nothing that will bore your child. They're not going to fall asleep on you. It's exciting. It's fast. It's done by me and my children. So, I mean, it's very, very, very interactive. We give them their assignments to do. It is something that they love, full joy, and something that you will be happy that you partook of, you know? So take the advantage. And even not, I'm telling you, $50 a month for your child. I mean, trust me, it is worth it if you are serious about getting them to love their Afrocentricity. I know you're doing a good job, but trust me, I could really assist as well. So just email me and ask for that free seminar that we did, man, and watch it and get a better idea. But of course, we're looking forward to seeing you on the 22nd of November. For, of course, Bible Decoded. As you can see, it's enough things we're doing in the heavens, cutting and clearing, renting and tearing. As we always say here, this is the shock of the hour, a special version gone out to the visual community. Yeah. So, if you know your Bible and you do not know your history, the knowledge of your Bible will become a mystery. And of course, it takes some real eyes, you know. We always say that. I wonder if you get it good when we, you know, repeat these stuff. It takes some real eyes to realize the real lies that are amongst us. Yeah, give thanks to the life giver. Kedas Emmanuel I, Selassie I, Rastafari. Blessed up.